What is going on? It is Lineman Life Live, and I am your observant lineman, Uche Nwaneri, here with my co-host, Justin Blaylock.
What it do?
We're here for it's Wednesday, y'all.
Ooh,
it's hump day. It's hump day. You got to get your mind right now. You're almost there.
Fast. Yeah, this one got here real fast.
Got here quick. It did. So, as you know, slim pickings in the off-season times when we're talking about football and the news headlines, but we do have some updates that we're going to talk about today. Appreciate everybody for being in here. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified each time we drop a video, each time we go live, so you can never miss out on our takes on the headlines of the sports world. Now, we've got an update. Aqib Talib and his brother Aqib Talib, obviously involved in the tragic situation in Lancaster, Texas. It is being reported now that Aqib Talib was the person who started the entire fight, which led to the tragic events that would take the life of Coach Mike Hickman. Now, of course, these are coming from witness statements in regards to how things unfolded. But, you know, as always, people are presumed innocent until proven guilty. And we are going to just give you the information. And before we give you our opinions or our takes on it, but there is definitely word going around here that Aqib Talib was the instigator of the entire situation. And there could be some ramifications with that, especially in the civil realm. But let's take a look at this article. Pulled this one off of YouTube, reporting in Dallas, Fox 4 News. But it says here, witnesses say ex-NFL cornerback Aqib Talib started the fight that led to brother allegedly shooting youth coach. I mean, what a headline, right? Like, I mean, you got to feel sick just looking at it.
Yeah, truly, life is sometimes stranger than fiction. It's hard to put this sentence together.
Yeah, I mean, shooting a youth coach at a youth event. A guy who is trying to help guide our youth to be productive in society through sports. Also being in the presence of many professional athletes, which not a lot of kids have the luxury of being in those kind of circles growing up, being able to see and be taught and be guided by people who have achieved things like that in their life. I mean, this just totally warps the entire perception of it. But let's get into the article. Let's get into the article here. A fight that ended with Aqib Talib's brother allegedly shooting and killing a youth coach. And let me zoom in a little bit here so we can see this better. All right. May have been started by the former NFL cornerback, witnesses reportedly said. Witnesses have reportedly told Rebecca Lopez of Dallas WFAA that Talib instigated the fight by crossing the field, confronting the referees. The fight soon escalated, with one witness, Coach Heath May, saying Talib threw the first punch against Mike Hickman, who was shot moments later. And this is a quote from WFAA. From the witness, he says he ran across the field and got on our sideline and got in the ref's face. He's the one that threw out the first punch. That's why you see Mike is running back trying to defend himself. WFAA also has video of the brawl in which a person identified as Talib can be seen striking a man trying to fight a group back with the down marker. Now, right? I've read a little bit up on this. If you look at the video, and this is not for me, I'm not trying to defend anyone in this. I didn't see Aqib Talib take a swing. I mean, I saw him take a swing. I didn't see him hit anybody. Mm-hmm. He swung, and it appeared that he didn't hit, or he just missed. Now, initially, I don't know exactly. Obviously, we don't know exactly because of how chaotic it was. You don't know exactly how things started in that instant, but you see Hickman swing the yard marker in the video. which, I mean, in my opinion, it was a defensive swing. It was him trying to defend himself in order to create distance between himself and the group of guys who were coming after him. I think that's perfectly valid and legit for him to do that. I would swing that mug too.
Yeah, anything I can get my hands on.
Anything I can get my hands on. If I got 6 guys, all my size and above, coming at me in their anger, wanting to fight, and I have a tool to protect myself with. Now, if he would have had a gun right there and he would have shot somebody, I would argue self-defense.
Yeah, I think
because you're outnumbered.
Yeah, and especially in Texas.
And in Texas, you're gonna get off. You're gonna get off. All you gotta do is say, "I was fearing for my life," and you're good.
Boom.
You're good. But the situation, I mean, obviously, even if it was just a fight, that's too high of an escalation for what they're actually fighting over. Like, this is a kid's football game that doesn't really have any, there's nothing of consequential of this outside of, bragging rights, I guess. So
yeah, barely even that. Like, all the kids are probably going to go get a fucking juice box and orange peels afterwards. Like,
yeah, and all these people know each other apparently. So it's like, how did this happen?
Yeah, something went tragically wrong.
I mean, just a complete lapse of total lapse of like common sense.
Yeah, even for a fist fight to happen in this,
even for a fist fight, it's like,
way beyond the pale. This is, yes, grow up, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, just unnecessary. Like, I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around. I mean, yes, we're competitive. You want to win, I guess, if you're a coach or if you're, one of the adults who's trying to help, and it just doesn't make sense that you want to win so bad that you're willing to fight another parent over a kid game. You're not even playing in the game.
Right. The game I'm in. Like, I don't think I cared about winning and losing. Yeah, I didn't care about winning.
Tired, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Kind of till high school is when I first started caring about actually like performing well and like looking good.
That's when you start paying attention to like those things in high school. Like
before that,
not
it's just
here.
Have fun, occasionally, do something that I saw on TV that week. Oh man, I saw this guy do this. I'm trying it. That was it. I was out there hanging out with my buddies, not really concerned with the score. I couldn't tell you the score of a single Little League game right now.
I mean, I didn't even play Little League. I didn't even start playing until I was in high school.
Yeah,
so I was trying to be Dennis Rodman in basketball. I was trying to get 20 rebounds a game. Shoot. You know what I mean? Shoot. But just to continue on here, it says, seconds later, a different man pulls out a handgun and shoots the man with the down marker. Talib's lawyer released a statement confirming his client was present at the shooting, saying he was very distraught and devastated. Aqib Talib was present when this unfortunate incident occurred and is very distraught and devastated over this terrible loss of life. He would like to convey his condolences to the family of the victim, to everyone who witnessed this unfortunate tragedy. And look, man, I get it. It's hard to maybe understand what if there's any complicity in this from him in a legal standpoint, because, how does the law look at this situation? If he started an argument or started an altercation, but then someone else took an action further down the road in that altercation, is he responsible for it because he started the altercation?
Right. Like, surely
I don't know.
He didn't know things were going to escalate to that point, and surely he didn't intend for things to escalate to that point. So criminally, I think it's a little shaky, but you might be able to get something on like a wrongful death civil suit, something along those lines. It's difficult when it's someone else is the perpetrator.
Yeah,
even though
I think there's
fucking brother. Sorry.
I mean, it's crazy too, because if you watch the video, there's two videos. One has a different angle. One has an angle where you actually see somebody pull a gun and point it at him and shoot him. And it was like close. It was like point blank range. It wasn't even like he didn't have to aim. He just had to stick his arm out. But you can see that Aqib Talib was wearing a bucket hat, and he's like squaring up like this. Everybody was squaring up like this. And then you heard gunshots, and everybody was like, oh, and backed up and like because everyone looked like nobody expected that.
Right.
So you see everyone like back away, like what the hell? And the team, Aqib Talib backs away, and then he starts running towards his brother, and then he jumps on his brother and like grabs him with his arms around him, like, which I mean, of course, he's probably like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like,
I've been seeing this,
bro. It's because I mean, I think at that moment, I think everyone who was in that vicinity, it changed the entire perception of what was happening changed, and it seemed to me like people just were like shocked that gunshots were ringing out, because I don't think anybody thought that was worthy of gunshots. I think everybody thought it was a scuffle, and then of course they're going to be embarrassed and disappointed that it was a scuffle, but it was not anything more than that, especially if these people knew each other. But it was weird because it was like, it's hard to like it. I mean, the same way we're sitting here talking about how we can't comprehend it, it looked like that to the people who were actually in the altercation.
I mean,
because the dude's arm just comes up out of nowhere, and it's like, what the hell is that? It's
like, people with good sense. Well, I mean, people with good sense wouldn't be fighting in the first place. But I mean, you wouldn't expect a fight to escalate to someone getting shot right next to you.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't
compute.
It doesn't compute.
The fuck? That sounds like a gunshot.
Why did you do that?
Who punched so hard it sounded like gunshots?
For real.
It's
like, why did you do that? Everybody's like, wait.
Is, rolling over in his grave. You fight with these. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. Like, come on, people.
Come on, man. Those are words of wisdom that everybody's supposed to abide by. Pops knows what he's talking about. Okay, so Talib's older brother, Aqib Talib, was identified by Lancaster Police Department as a suspect in the shooting on Sunday. Aqib voluntarily surrendered to the Dallas County Jail on Monday and now faces murder charges per WFAA. His attorney reportedly plans to argue the shooting was in self-defense. He must not have seen that second angle. That second angle video, that wasn't self-defense.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
That was the only person. The person who was in retreat was the coach. The coach was in retreat the whole time. He did not advance forward one time. So, I mean, if they identify everybody who was in that scuffle, I think there's potential. I mean, it's hard to tell because honestly, and you know what? If I can find that video, let me see if I can find it real quick, because the second angle is different. Okay, here's the second angle. Got it.
Sounds like it goes back further too, because I don't think we could see the guy with the down marker in the first video either.
Okay, hold on. I think this is from the news report. Okay, so this is from the news report, that the video that I initially wanted to show. Let me put this on the screen, and then we might just use this video to kind of reference the rest of the way through. But definitely not exactly doesn't look anything like self-defense.
They go to leave right here in the bucket head right here. He's jumping around.
WFAA has obtained new video of the shooting in Lancaster of Coach Mike Hickman. In the video, you see the
oh my God.
Witnesses say the person wearing a hat and white sneakers is former NFL cornerback Aqib Talib.
But here's Aqib Talib right here.
Okay,
that's him. I think this is his brother.
Okay,
so he's gonna come around this side, square up, and then that's when he starts shooting.
They say
and look at him right here. He can see he's reaching for something. This cat.
Yeah.
Nobody's even looking at him.
Walked across the field.
Oh. Jeez.
And there he is. Nobody's even like
remarks to the opposing side.
And then everybody just bounced backwards. I mean, he didn't tell
Mays
the rest
witnessed what happened.
He ran across the field and got on our sideline, got in the referee's face.
Multiple witnesses say Aqib is the one who started the brawl because he was upset about the referees.
He's the one that threw the first punch. That's why you see Mike running back on. If you ever seen the video, he running back trying to defend himself.
You then hear the gunshot. Lancaster police arrested Aqib Talib, saying he killed Coach Hickman. In an arrest affidavit, police say this all started over an argument about the score of the game, but doesn't say who started the fight. Aqib Talib's lawyer issued a statement saying his client was present when this unfortunate incident occurred and is very distraught and devastated over this terrible loss of life. He would like to convey his condolences to the family of the victim and to everyone who witnessed this unfortunate tragedy. The Talib brothers are no strangers to law enforcement and have been investigated for multiple shootings, including in 2016 when Dallas police believe Aqib Talib was shot at the V-Live strip club. 2 other people were also shot that night. This is video of Aqib showing up at the hospital with a gunshot wound. He and his brother were also investigated.
Okay, so hold on a second. So what are they trying to portray here, though? I mean, he got shot.
that math
He
ain't
was
quite
shot.
mathing.
What angle are they coming at here? They said at the beginning of this, if we go back, that there are no
strangers to law enforcement.
No strangers to law enforcement and
no strangers to law enforcement. You see,
I didn't
that's
see
the
any law
wording that
enforcement.
they use. This is demonization right here in a situation where, one, all the facts have not been brought out to bear for people to see. 2, they're already setting up a disposition, a notion for people to run with in their heads that this guy is trouble just because.
Yep. They're setting it up.
This is how they set people up to make them look in a way that is, favorable to how they want the narrative to be. And that's, I mean, look, we all understand with the situation with this coach in particular that there are questions that need to be answered about, how things progressed and how it escalated. But when you try and give a profile of I'm just going to say it, of a brother who is successful in his life, who has done things, maybe he hasn't been perfect, but who has been. And now this is how you're going to portray him to the people who may just be learning who he is for the very first time.
Have been investigated for multiple shootings, including in 2016 when Dallas police believe Aqib Talib was shot at the V-Live strip club. 2 other people were also shot that night. This is video of Aqib showing up at the hospital with a gunshot wound.
So was he convicted of shooting these people?
In 2015.
I mean, it's like him and a bunch of people got shot. Victims.
Yeah, I don't understand. Was he a suspect? Was he a defendant? Was he convicted? I don't understand what this has to do with anything.
What would you even charge him with? He got shot.
Right. Now,
and I mean, of course, if it was at a club, then that there was an altercation that happened and somebody started shooting. Multiple people got hit. If you get hit by a bullet, what are you trying to do? Get me to the damn hospital. And if you got your car there, I'm like, shit, get to the car right now. Carry me something, drag my ass. I don't give a fuck. Get me to the car, get me to a hospital. And this is what's happening right here. So why are they trying to give this? And yeah, us and them. There you go. Why are they trying to make it seem gang related? I'm not saying it's because he's black, but sure does seem like they want them to look gang related, don't they? Yes, absolutely. 100%. You know what I mean? Like this is how they set how people perceive certain groups of people to be. They give you a projection of an entire profile and they say, this is a person you need to be scared of. People like him are people you need to be scared of. Because this is what happens when they come around. People get shot. Now, again, we're talking on one end, we're talking about that. On the other end, he was involved in a situation where somebody got killed. Yes, but 2 things can be true at the same time. And they're both true. Is that they're literally trying to set up his image to look one way right now when, as far as we know, he is only involved as far as it goes with him being creating a public disturbance, getting into a fight. Oh, you're out. Your volume's out. You're not. Yeah, you're. Try the old. Yep. There you go. See, Justin got a MacBook, y'all. So of course his shit don't work. When you plug things in, they don't work.
Fuck
I don't know. I can't help that. Let's see here. What's this person? Who? Come on, chat. Give me your feedback, chat. I see Puggy Pug here. What's this? You should read the whole report, but you want to, but you won't, but I won't, or I want, because it was about race to you. Read the whole report. What?
Oh, but you won't.
Yeah, I know he's saying, but you won't. All right, Puggy Pug. Fuck off. I'll tell you this much. Unless you can show some, put a link in the chat about him being in the gang and him shooting at people himself personally, hey. But even at that, how many people have been involved in the shootings and are considered gang members in the NFL? Come on, man. 2011, accused of shooting at his sister's boyfriend. Well, I mean, that has happened before. That ain't the first time that's ever happened to anybody, I'm sure. Maybe not all shooting, but come on. That's a domestic thing. If he's shooting at his sister's boyfriend, you probably know why.
Yeah, more often than not, he's probably putting hands on her.
But, he's probably putting hands on her, and he said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna put slugs on you." Which there's a lot of people who would actually follow that same doctrine, presented the opportunity, especially if it's a little sister.
But be that as it may, none of that relates to this fight.
Oh wait, is your mic doing that same thing again? Yep, I think it is. You got to unplug and plug back in again. Max. Max. You see how Macs do, people? Never buy a Mac if you want to be a professional. Okay. Oh, well, I want to make everything sound like race. Okay. I was reading the whole report in case, but you make everything sound like it's race. No, I'm not. Look, okay, and let's be clear about what it is I'm saying here. What it is I'm saying about this situation as it pertains to black men, yes, they are demonizing him because he has been involved in altercations which can go, which aren't necessarily all one, and no altercation is all the same thing. These are all different situations that have different circumstances that have to be considered when you're trying to figure out how to present someone. The point that I'm trying to make as a whole is that the media will set the narrative based on what they think the public wants to hear more. And that has been something that has historically been consistent with the media when it comes to black men. That has been consistent. I don't think anybody has any room to disagree with that. That has been a consistent thing. But if it wasn't consistent, then if I walk by a white couple in a dark alley, at night, they won't be clutching onto their shit thinking I'm going to rob them, because that's what they've been conditioned to think, is that if you're confronted with a big black guy in a space that is very isolated, you should be afraid. I see it in people's eyes every time. To this day, if I walk by someone at night and they're by themselves from my park, from here in my crib to the street, if there's a white woman out there and she sees me and I'm walking towards her, shit gets tense. I can feel it as soon as I start getting within 30 feet of her. Because that's what people have been conditioned to think. You know what I mean? So he was part of the shooting that killed he wasn't part of a shooting. He didn't pull the trigger. He was a part of the altercation. Yes.
But whoa.
First, he needs to go down for the killing.
Then does everybody that threw a punch, do they all go down for the killing?
Then everybody who was in that fight should be charged with murder.
Now, if that's the case, which I don't know, maybe it is. But I don't believe that's the way it goes. You know, if everyone that ran over there surely isn't going to go to prison for murder.
Boom, there you go. It's more like he's an accessory, which isn't the same thing. And really, if you look at this case, if you look at this situation as it stands now, it's hard to determine. I mean, because that dude pulled the gun out, and it's so very obvious that it was one person who pulled the gun and one person who acted so quickly, no one else had time to do anything. So in that moment, you go from it being a fight to it being a murder. So if it's someone who's just pulls the gun out while you're in a melee, and someone just pulls the gun and fires, everyone who was in the melee is guilty of murder. Nobody, only one person pulled the gun. That's the only person you can say had the intent to kill someone. No one else had the intent to kill anybody. That's obvious. Intent is really the foundation of which,
well, for it to be murder,
for it to be considered,
it could be something else. Because there is some culpability for starting the fight, which without the fight there wouldn't have been a shooting. So there's something there, but I think it's pretty small as far as the murder goes.
Look, he knows his brother had a gun on him, and it was his own brother. That don't mean shit. And you don't know that he knew his brother had a gun on him, because if that was the case, he probably would have told his brother to stay out of this, stay out of it. I mean, I'll be honest. If he knew his brother had a gun, he probably would have been like, "Why are you bringing a fucking gun? Like, leave that shit in the car." Because that wouldn't make sense for you to bring a gun to a kid's football game.
Is it necessary to have it in the stands? I can't just leave it, like you said, in the trunk.
And it's perfectly said here. Aqib Talib is not his brother's keeper. He's not responsible for what his brother does. And if you're trying to tie him to the crime because it was his brother, then again, you're just perpetrating. You're continuing to regurgitate the same kind of conditioned, messaging that this news station is doing right here. Oh, it's his brother. Okay, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, or some shit like that. Birds of a feather. No, that's not how this shit works. Law and order. Then you really got to come. It gets down to who did what, who showed intent to do what, and how did these actions affect the situation as a whole. Now, I'm not saying that he's free from accountability here, because he's not, because he did get into a fight. But his situation is much different than his brother's situation. His brother's situation is murder. His situation is likely, you could look at it as assault. He might be looking more in the assault and maybe an accessory, but you would have to know that he was going to get shot and killed to be an accessory,
right?
To be complicit.
Right. And you could tell from the video, well, at least it looks from the video, that no one else was thinking about shooting, was thinking about anyone getting shot.
There is a more clear, not clear. There is another video here. I mean, and I don't know why it's not popping up on Twitter, but there's a video that shows the side view of the entire situation. And you can see that everyone just fucking bounced backwards as soon as the bullet started ringing out, because nobody, that wasn't expected at all. And Aqib Talib was about to run, but then he realized it was his brother, and he turned and ran towards his brother and jumped on his brother. And then the video cut out. But that much, that much you can see in the video on that angle. They won't show you the whole angle because of the gunshots, because of him being shot and him falling down. But I've seen that angle, and it is definitely a shock to everybody that there's gunshots being, that there's a gun being involved in it at that point. Let's see here. It says, somebody else here says, yeah, I mean, here we go. This is, oh, wait. Your mic's out again, dude. Even over here. You should maybe because I'm pretty sure you're plugged into a USB. there's a USB plugged in on the computer side. Change the USB port that's plugged into. That port might be bad. That's probably why. But again, and here, EJ, I mean, I guess you understand what I'm saying. I really hate saying that the reporting of such and such is about race or gender or whatever, but like, come on, being a victim in one crime is not equal to probably being responsible for a different crime. Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that, that there is nothing, I'm not shielding him from any responsibility in this situation. I'm saying that as it's obvious that the way that this news station has started to talk about him as an individual, it leads you to think that they're profiling him as a criminal, because that's what they said, that they're no stranger to law enforcement. You're muted, so make sure you unmute.
Any better?
Yeah, you're good now.
Nothing. Now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh, then hold on. Go to your settings. I can hear you. Oh, he can't hear me. You might have to plug his headphones into that mic. I can hear you. All right, we'll see if he figures it out. See, he's having some technical difficulties over at that Apple. All right. Now, let me see what everybody else is saying here. Okay, so let's see. The guy in the news said he hit the coach first, and his brother shot 5 seconds later. Plus, brother left the area after killing. Okay, what does that have to do with him? You know what I mean? What does that have to do with him? The guy says he threw the first punch. Okay, he threw the first punch, but his brother pulled the gun. He didn't tell his brother to pull the gun. He didn't tell his brother to do anything. Who knows? Do you know if him and his brother came there together? If his brother ran, then that's on his brother. It's not on him. You can't give him you can't try and assign fault to him for what his brother did. That's all I'm saying. Assign fault to him for what he did. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. Let's see. Quite sure Aqib and others involved didn't know Aqib was going to pull a gun and shoot a man, but the AG will probably charge others as accessories because it's a career maker. And that may be very true. And again, that just goes into politics. That goes into the politics of the situation. Eagle Sixers fan. What's up, brother? But yeah, this is something that is going to make a district attorney in Dallas very happy to take a part in, because it's going to be national news if they find grounds to charge Aqib Talib with anything. But definitely, they're definitely setting a narrative here with this report, and you can see that. And I don't think it's necessary, because it's not. These are different. You've already shown that these are different situations than what is actually the story you're covering. These are not situations where he himself, or these are not situations where he was shooting at people. And the situation that you're covering is not about him shooting anybody. It's about his brother shooting somebody. So let's continue on here. I'm sure Justin he'll get some things figured out, and he'll be back on in a moment. But let's keep it going.
After someone fired a gun inside this downtown Dallas nightclub, Dallas police say the brothers had gotten into a fight. Police say they couldn't find enough evidence to charge them with any crimes. But now, Aqib Talib is charged with murder, while police continue to investigate if any other charges will be filed. In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
So they said all of that to say that he hasn't done anything wrong that they could tell they couldn't find anything to fault him with when he got shot. And we still don't know where things will go as far as situation right now with him and his brother. I mean, I would say that, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer and I'm not a prosecutor. So I don't know exactly how this is going to play out for them in the long run. Civilly, I can bet you he's going to be sued. I mean, that's guaranteed pretty much. But I just don't understand how, I do understand that the media is presenting a picture. They're painting a picture for you in how you should view Aqib Talib, even though it may not be necessarily true. There's partial truths in there, but they're spinning those truths to create a negative image. And that to me is not fair, because at the end of the day, he hasn't been charged with anything in either of these situations that they talked about. So why would you spin it for him to look that way if he hasn't been charged with anything? So it's not, it doesn't do him any favors. It doesn't do it doesn't do them any favors, except for the fact that they get to continue to push a narrative about how certain people should be viewed, that keeps people feeling scared. I guess that's the point of the news now, to keep people scared. But we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, it's a story that's still kind of building steam, because it does involve, public figures. So that will be something that we'll obviously keep our eye on in the future to keep up with any updates for you guys to listen to. And yes, of course. And that's exactly what we're about to talk about here next, to kind of piggyback this entire story itself, is just the fact that this is an example of people taking youth sports, especially football, far too seriously. And now that exactly is something that is prevalent in sports today, is that parents and people who should know better don't seem to act like they know better. And that is something that has been plaguing, especially in this social media world where everything is, recorded. Now we're seeing that with people who just acting a fool out in public at kids' sporting events. It doesn't make any sense. Now let's take a look at this video here from TYT Sports. I think that this is obviously going to kind of speak to that notion, because here you have a situation where a parent involves themselves in child wrestling and kids wrestling because their kid is losing. But this is about 4 minutes long, 4 minutes 11 seconds long. We'll take a look at it. We'll talk about it after we look at the video. I may stop every now and again here and there here he goes. Oh, change locations. You good? I don't think he can hear me. You gotta set your speakers up on your settings, because I can hear you. Let me let him know. I can hear you. I can hear you. All right, let's wait on Justin here. I can hear you. I hope you know I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. See if he figures it out. Let's see if he figures it out. Yeah, I sent him a message on the chat. Let me see. Let me send him a text real quick. What if he just starts freaking out?
I can't hear you.
Check your settings. Your main sound settings. Output to your headphones. To your headphones. Tech support to the rescue. Oh, wait, let's see what's going on here. All right, so we got. So let me ask a question to the chat, because this is something that me and Justin are probably going to set up. How many people in here, or I would say, how many people by way of hitting hit 1 in the chat if you would be willing to join a fantasy football league that we start for the football season? Let me know in the chat if you would join a fantasy football league for Lineman Life Live. Because I think that is what we are going to do. I think we're going to start a fantasy football league for the channel. And we want to be able to get a good tally on how many people would want to be a part of it, because we're going to have a special fantasy football guru working with us during the football season, who will be on our show from time to time. He'll provide us with fantasy football updates each week, but he will be on the show probably once or twice a month. David Richard, David Richard or Ricard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. From CBS Sports HQ. He is going to be working with us on fantasy football once the regular season gets into full swing. So if you are interested in being part of the fantasy football league, being in part of the league, you're muted. Let me see. Let me unmute him. Okay. Now I can't hear you. Let me see. What are your mic settings? Go to your mic settings on the website. Now I want to do this fantasy football league in a kind of in an orderly way, but so I may, I'm still trying to come up with how to structure it, but I'm thinking, and I want to know from you guys first, because I want to know if this is the right way to do it with you guys or not. While we watch Justin's computer crash and burn. Now I was gonna say that if you're interested in being in it, maybe, and you guys let me know how y'all think about this. If we get you to join as a member of the channel at the $199 level, that's the lowest level. So it's basically $2 a month. I can get a list of everybody who joins from, let's say, from this Friday until the start of the season. And we'll do like a sign up for the fantasy league up until like maybe the week of or the week right before the draft, or a couple days before the draft. If you join the channel as a $199 member, then you get put into the fantasy football league. So it would be, something that so that we can keep up with on a weekly basis, along with David Ricard being a part of the fantasy football segment that we'll be doing once the regular season starts. So definitely keep that in your minds. Think about that while we're waiting on Justin, that we'll probably be doing something like that, where if you join the channel at $199, then that'll automatically enter you into the fantasy football league for Lineman Life Live. So since Justin is still having his technical difficulties, let's go ahead and take a look at this video from TYT Sports. This is interesting, and it's sometimes it's hilarious, but as you can see with the situation with Aqib Talib, can also be dangerous. So let's enjoy this, but also understand that it's a little bit ridiculous that parents are acting the way they're acting these days at youth sports events. So let's take a look.
As the video indicates, watch this parent third from the left.
See, it's like, what are you doing? Why? Why are you doing that? Why did you touch this kid? Because your child is being beat. You know, that's doing too much. That's not understanding your role as a parent. You don't get involved in the sport. They're competing against each other. You let it play out. And if you got a problem with something, you talk about it after the fact. But really, it don't even matter if you have a problem with something, because this is like just two kids wrestling. Like, nobody's going to the Olympics off of this.
This is not only unacceptable, it is ludicrous that a parent would get involved in their child's wrestling match in this fashion. It is preposterous that this took place, and here she is, a picture of the parent who just couldn't resist getting involved because her son was losing. In the end, the competitor she grabbed came out on top. And one thing that drives me crazy is in the extended version of this original clip, this woman says this.
She came on the mat and grabbed the kid.
Who did?
She grabbed our kid.
Who did?
That's what the young lady. Kid like that. I swear.
It's a lie. A flat out lie. And
oh, she said she didn't grab the kid. What? They don't want you to be great?
No, not at all, fam.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Yeah, I just had to
He's
do a
back.
little, watch a couple videos.
Praying on his downfall.
Oh, shit. Had to run down to the backup station. Look, man.
Ooh, yeah, we just started this one up, so you good.
All right.
But we're just going through this. Let me run it back a little bit. We'll just run it back. It's only a minute or so in, but
I'll be back next week with the new computer again.
All right. Here we go. Got that kid folded.
as the video indicates, watch this parent third from the left.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? It's like, what are you doing, woman?
Was the kid doing something illegal?
No.
Or, I mean, not illegal, but, you know, against the rules of wrestling?
No, he wasn't doing anything wrong.
This is not only unacceptable, it is ludicrous.
And it's funny because her backpack is the first thing to hit her kid in the back of the head. I mean, come on. What are you doing here? See, parents shouldn't even be allowed to be this close. I feel like they shouldn't be allowed to be this close. Why are they allowed to be next to these?
I said it last week.
Wrestling matches.
Hell in a cell. Put him in a cage.
Put him in a cage. Like,
no
what
one,
the
no
hell?
one in or out. Maybe the Undertaker pops up from underneath, but that's it.
Yeah.
Parent would get involved in their child's wrestling match in this fashion. It is preposterous that this took place. And here she is, a picture of the parent who just couldn't resist getting involved because her son was losing. In the end, the competitor she grabbed came out on top. And one thing that drives me crazy is in the extended version of this original clip, this woman says this.
She came on the mat and grabbed the kid.
Who did?
She grabbed our kid.
Who
That's
did?
what the young lady. I know. Kid like that. I swear to God.
It's a lie, a flat out lie. And we all saw it. In the end, the competitor she grabbed came out on top and earned his win. But the reaction from the opposing parent is unconscionable. And guess what? This shtick, these antics, it's nothing new. Recall these parents in Wisconsin who attacked one another, which led to an all-out brawl. Police were then called to Kimberly High School. In all, according to Fox 11, Cassandra Hamill, 33 years old of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Dude is ready to whoop the woman. Whoa, what
is going on here?
Dude is ready to beat up the female.
And they don't even sell beer at high schools.
And they're not even drunk. They sober. That's probably why.
If you lived in Green Bay and you were sober, you'd be fighting.
Sandra Hamill, 33 years old of Green Bay, Wisconsin, received a ticket for disorderly conduct. Shannon
they got to
Beckman,
drag him out of there.
Years old, and his wife,
she's trying to get
Nicole,
him. Oh, wow.
33, received tickets for disorderly conduct and battery. Another parent of a competitor, Barry Lee Jones, attacked his son's competitor in the state of North Carolina, specifically the city of Kannapolis.
Whoa.
Jones from Harrisburg was arrested on charges of simple assault and disorderly conduct. Laura Wen of the Minneapolis Star Tribune.
Look at this cat. Wow, what the
I mean, he came in there full office linebacker style.
He got the knee bend and everything. Look at the bend in the knee. The knee is literally, that's the highest he's lifted his knee in 20 years.
A real tough guy hitting this kid with his back turned.
Can't even see
Wrote
him.
of Sky Eddy and her Virginia-based organization she founded, Soccer Parenting Association. Its goal is to teach appropriate sideline behavior, one over-emotionally involved parent at a time. More than 6,000 Minnesota moms and dads have watched her training video through the Sideline Project and signed a pledge vowing to honor the players and improve the culture of kids' games. Chilling out at youth sports events for parents, at least, would be a huge plus. Here's why. According to the National Federation of State High School Associations, around 50,000 people have stopped officiating since 2018-2019, the last year unaffected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And the reason for the shortage? Yes, COVID had a lot to do with veteran referees simply saying, nah, forget it, I had a good run. But those that have come back and returned have seen an uptick in parents abusing refs, parents abusing coaches, parents abusing the kids, verbally, at least from what we've seen, and none of it is warranted, no matter what. When did it become acceptable to be as personal or as you are with refs? When did it become acceptable for your parents to scream at other players on opposing teams? Former referee Bobby Pennington rhetorically asked.
So there you have it. I think those are all, it's all legitimate criticism of a real problem in kids sports. And I think the extreme of that is what we see with the Aqib Talib situation, is that you have parents and adults that are so overly they're so over emotional, so overly invested in a matchup as if they're living vicariously through their children, and they can't let things go, or they can't be a good sport about situations where, hey, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. It's just really that's how it boils down. So it becomes an issue when you escalate what is just a sport into something that becomes, on the worst end, a deadly event. And that is something that's going to traumatize and hurt anyone who's involved with it, because it's not supposed to happen in those kinds of environments. It's just, it's bad enough you see it in professional sports and in the stands and the stadiums, people getting fights. But they're at least, grown-ups who are probably intoxicated watching grown men play sports. Somebody might have money on something and they lose. I understand you being mad. I can even, to a certain extent, understand if somebody starts goading you because you lost your money that you just swing on them. That's something that I could see somebody do, and I'll be like, hey, well,
yeah,
you know,
my weakness.
You know, and you know, for this to happen at kids games, kids events where nothing is really, there's nothing at stake. There's no stakes here. You're not like, this is not a Super Bowl. This is not, you know, the playoffs. You know what I mean? This is not anything other than personal pride, learning how to be a competitor, and learning how to have good sportsmanship. That's what it's supposed to be about. But the parents need to know that first, because they clearly have been missing the memos. It's, you know, I can't, you know, I don't remember ever seeing anything like that growing up. I don't remember ever seeing situations where people would just openly get into violent confrontations because of the game.
Yeah,
you know,
not even a consideration.
This was never really a consideration at all. So, you know, we'll see if, you know, I mean, I'm sure this is not something that's going to go away at this point, but hopefully, you know, we can start to regain some common sense in this fucking world about how to behave in public. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, in my opinion.
That shit ain't common.
It sure ain't. Common sense sure ain't common. That's one thing we know for sure nowadays. Now, moving on to our O-line film breakdown. Today, the Los Angeles Chargers are the team under the microscope. And we're going to take a look at their last regular season game against the Oakland Raiders, in which, you know, this was a team that had an opportunity to make the playoffs, and they ended up falling short against the Raiders in overtime. But we're going to take a look here at about 25 minutes worth of film that we'll break down and give you guys our critiques on how this unit seems to operate and work with what kind of chemistry they have as a group, so that once we get done with all these video breakdowns, we can actually rank our top 10 offensive lines in the NFL. And last week we did, or I'm sorry, Monday we did Green Bay. Last week we did Tampa Bay. I thought Tampa Bay had solid work on their offensive line. I thought Green Bay was very shaky from a technique standpoint. Very shaky.
They're the beneficiary of a great quarterback that gets the ball. Yes, absolutely. So let's get into this. That will throw receivers under the bus.
Oh yeah. So, you know, Green Bay did not look very good. They did not look very good. I would imagine them being in the back half of that top 10. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the Chargers. All right, it looks like they're coming out in what? This looks like a 3-by-1. 3-by-1, two tight ends to the left, a wide receiver, and boom. They're up against, it looks like they're up against an under front. You got a shade to the strong side of the formation, and you got a wide 3 technique out here with a wide, what is this, a 7? Or what is that, 5 or 7? That's a 5, yeah. And let's see what they do.
Oh, damn.
Run game.
Got off.
Oh, no, pass. He passed it. Okay. I hate that. I'm not going to front. I hate when we run when we have the run play called, but there's an automatic pass check on it. Mm-hmm. So if they're in a certain coverage or if they're lined up a certain spot, he's throwing it and he's not even going to tell us he's throwing it.
Right.
I used to hate that. I used to hate because you be blocking your ass off. And
it might not be something you can see. Like sometimes
you won't even see it.
Sometimes it's something in the box and we'll know. So you kind of, you know, temper back a little bit. But sometimes it's like a certain guy is, you know, in coverage or something like that. They
might be going on man coverage if it's man coverage. Like, and they'll motion to check for man, but you're not looking at the motion man to see if it's a man.
Right. Yeah. You kind of got to look at the guy in front of you.
So let's try and diagnose what play they're running or what kind of play they're running, so we can see what the blocking assignments look like. Okay, so they're in zone because they just shift over.
Yeah, it didn't move.
Okay, so first thing out, this double team, it looks like it's fine here. It looks like it's fine. I mean, if I could see it from the other end, it'd be a little bit better. This actually looks solid here because you have your guard turning this shoulder on his way up to his called backer. This would cut. This should cut.
Or I'm sorry,
this is the set.
That's the left tackle.
Guard.
Sorry.
Is it? Damn.
Yeah. The double team is the center and left guard.
You're right. Okay, you're right.
But still,
it's the same concept.
Doesn't matter.
He's gonna step through this lane, and if this DN shows in here at all, he's gonna just pry him open with one arm to turn his shoulder so that this guy can get his angle in here and press him out. So, it would work out similarly if it was a guard and tackle anyways. But
no difference.
You have the double team here, which is good. This is good here. You just want to make sure that this tight end who's blocking Yannick Ngakoue, he has to have his helmet on the other side. His helmet has to be on this side, not over here. It's behind him. So this guy, if he was running the ball, he would have a chance to make a play here if he was aware of where the ball was at. It looks like these two guys here are pass setting by design. So maybe this was a design pass because they didn't come off the ball to in any kind of run block mentality. They're just pass setting here. So I think this was designed as a pass. And you had a front side run. See, that's so weird because it's like you're not play actioning, but the problem here is that
let them do that since they're the man side. Maybe they just said, "Hey, be safe," because if we hand it off,
they would keep this front side
still be essentially walled off. That's all I can come up with. But I haven't done a scheme like this.
I feel like this play has a blocking scheme on the left for run and a blocking scheme on the right for pass.
It's built to have two double teams. So
what happens if this DB presses up? Well, what happened? Where was he to begin with? Wide. Okay, so he's playing off. This is the key right here because he's so far off. It's a pass. If he scoots up here at the last moment and presses him up, quarterback might hold that. And if I was a defense, I would say, hey, disguise it, press up, and you blitz. If obviously that's knowing that they're going to pass.
Right.
Because he's so far off, this is going to be a pass.
Then the next time they bluff this and they run over your head.
Yeah.
It's checkers, but
yeah, look how far. Jesus, how scared are you of Keenan Allen?
You're going to get 5 free yards right here. Just
easily.
Out there. If you make a miss, it could be more.
He picked up like 4.
But yeah, Mike Williams isn't like a make you miss type guy.
Yeah.
Anyhow, tight end was getting his ass kicked on the front side, so probably a good thing he threw it.
Yeah. Tight end got collapsed a little bit there. Okay, so boom. Okay,
gotta get rid of that shit.
That was a pocket. His pocket was collapsing there. Okay, so let me look at it one more time. Okay, so
turn over here.
This is obvious. This should be solid here. That's good position, good hand placement, or good hand carry right here. Compare these hand carriage from the left tackle and the right tackle. This is bad hand carriage. This is good hand carriage.
Yeah, I could see your entire chest.
Yes. Now watch how he gets his hands. Now his strike was kind of shit, and his strike, he's saved because he's got somebody who's not really. He's trying to bull rush instead of working a move. So he stood this guy up. He stood up his old lineman, but he's not really getting. Well, he is getting penetration on him.
Yeah, he's just not going to work a move because he sees that the slide's coming to him. I don't want to waste a good move and just get hit by the guard.
Yeah. So,
but I will fuck you up.
He actually does a good job of disengaging anyway.
I will just fuck you up.
This is what we call motherfuckers getting edged. Everybody's getting edged here. He's getting edged. He's getting edged, which means your defender is winning off your edge. He's winning off your edge. He got edged to the inside. This guy was, he rushed himself out of it. He's too wide.
Yeah.
But this is not very good. This is actually terrible. That's not, you don't ever want to look like this is a center, ever. Because it means you're going to lose.
Yeah.
This,
the next frame
you don't ever want to
ground.
lose to the inside and not get help. So 72 is a problem here too, because you should have broke his jaw when he tried to do that. He should be getting repelled. He should be getting slung back outside. And your quarterback may be running through here.
Right.
This guy is just lucky that Yannick is so worried about getting this edge, he runs himself too far upfield and can't get nothing. And still, with that, stay with your block. He can't get off. He can't get off of you. And I mean, it's terrible. The whole play was a bust, but could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Yeah, they made chicken salad out of chicken shit right there.
For real. Hey, this is a pocket. This looks good here.
You can work with that.
You can work with that. You don't get the first, but the quarterback is upright. He doesn't get knocked down. He feels comfortable. He feels like he can trust you. They're running a game here. This is a TT. So this guy is wrong. You should be aware here that it's 3rd and long. They're not going to just rush straight up again. You should be setting on the same level with your center. Your center is wrong. Look at both his legs on this. What is happening right here? Why are you stepping on yourself?
Oh my gosh.
What is happening right here?
But he's a pretty good player. I'd expect better from him.
Is he?
Corey Linsley? Yeah.
I mean, why does he look like he's falling all over himself? Now, I will say this.
Bad day at the office.
He didn't send this dude like he should have. He didn't send him, but he did stifle his ass right here, which is good.
Yeah, good recovery.
I mean, really, it was a good recovery. He looked bad at the beginning.
He could have made it a lot easier on himself.
Yeah. So they're sliding to the right too. So he's got help. So you can be aggressive here and send his ass flying. I mean, one technique I used to have as a guard, whenever I would have that with a tackle, is because I mean, a lot of times you can tell if you're really on your shit. A lot of times I'm looking at this cat. He doesn't look like he's gonna rush straight up. Look at his leg far back as hell. Arm on his damn knee. He's not rushing straight up.
Yeah, these guys have tells.
He tries to rip over. As soon as I feel this, as a center, it's a little different because you're snapping the ball. But as guard, I would have him locked out right here, and I would throw him into this guy. Yep. I would try to aim him into this guy and just toss his ass. Shit. Right. And they both go falling down, and it's over with.
Right in the bud.
And it's over with.
Next play.
All right, so they go 3 and out. They ain't looking at Oakland yet. I don't even think we're looking at Oakland.
So,
their O-line is not very good.
Don't think they made the cut.
Uh-oh. Was that a touchdown? I want to see if it's a touchdown.
Damn.
Oh, you suck. I mean, that was a touchdown, and he overthrew him. But I think overthrow's wrong. Oh, ball on the ground. Woo! Wow. His own guy, too. Not even like it was somebody else. It's like, motherfucker.
Oh, friendly fire. Yep.
Friendly fire. That's going to be a touchdown for Oakland. For Las Vegas.
Oh, what? What was the penalty? That
was a hell of a fucking break on the ball. Okay, yeah. You balling.
Okay,
ain't no lie about that. You balling.
Did that, son.
Yeah, how long is this drive going? They just kick a field goal. All right. All right, here we go.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Come on.
So this is a quick swing to the running back. They are, you can call this an over. You can call this an over front. You got 2 on him. Everybody looks good here. He's a quick throw. He got it out. I like this. He's got one arm under his armpit, the other arm on his shoulder pad. That'll give you that'll give you pretty good control over him. It's not gonna be able to do nothing. Good pass protection there. Everybody gets a plus because you didn't really have to block them long.
Because they knew it was coming out quick. Be aggressive.
Yep. Okay. And this is essentially a playoff game. So I mean, they're playing full tilt. This is playoff speed. Okay, so this is a good job. Okay, so a couple things here. You're getting bull rushed. Anytime you see arms inside of arms, the ones that are inside the others is winning. He's already knocked him off his set. He's on his heels here. He's got his heel off the ground on this leg, his toes off the ground on this leg. That's going to be
quite a bit.
And he's already turned to the sideline. That's going to be a good bull rush. Now here on this side, this one is kind of the same, but it happens a little bit slower because as a guard right here, the center's coming to blow his rib cage up, but he's got one arm outside, one arm inside. But the problem with the guard in this situation is opening that inside leg. Because if you open that inside leg, he's going to rip to the inside off the bull rush. And that's really, really hard to defend against. But he has help here. And that's what keeps the pocket clean. Now, this is a good job here. What we're always taught is when a guy jumps up for the ball, you snatch him into the ground by his jersey. You grab his, I would like anything you grab. Like for me, I would have like the inside collar of his pad and just yank him down. So it makes him pull that arm down. Because you never know. This guy could be wide open. It could be a touchdown or something that breaks for big. But because this guy got his arm up,
it could be tip ball, interception. Who knows? Shit can go anywhere.
Yep, can go anywhere. All right, so this looks like a hot situation. No back, no extra blocking. Everybody is
Here comes the smoke.
Here comes the smoke. Get ready. Oh, these are the most tense moments for an offensive lineman. When you don't have no help coming from the backfield, every man is for themselves, and they know it's a pass. There's not a single chance this is a run play. They're going, look, everybody in here is bringing every move and backup move. Right. And look at all the movements you're going to see all these cats making.
The damn nose guard is spinning. Like, come on.
For real.
You ain't spun all year.
Wow.
Damn, okay. Hell of a catch right there.
Off of the deflection. Look at them. They're like, shit. And you know what sucks? I hated being this motherfucker.
Oh, I was always that guy too.
They would always like, Uche, you got to give Brad the count if it gets too loud. I'm like, oh, shit. Because you know what happens as soon as I touch this leg? I don't even get to settle into my stance again.
Right.
You just got to be ready to go. Hey, look at this. This is a fake game right here. He's looking that way, but his shoulders have not turned. So it's a fake. So the one thing you don't want to do as an old lineman, you don't want to look over here.
Because
that's what he's trying to get you. Because if he gets you to look that way, he's gone. Good for him. He got his arm into him. That's good. That's actually good job right there. But he didn't get a rush from this guy because he wanted to fake him. He didn't rush him.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't lean into it. Ooh. This is he's doing a feint spin. That's what that was right there. He's gonna feint to the inside, like he's going to stunt inside on you, and then he's gonna spin back out. This is a guy. This is a Pro Bowl level player.
Yeah, he's an excellent player. But
and that's a good job. That's perfect. That's literally perfect.
I'm not a big fan of the outside spin under any.
Yeah, outside spin. Oh man, I love it. Do it, please.
Oh yeah. For me, please do it because it's never gonna work.
Lineman, I love it when they try to do the spins. Like, only spin that can work is an inside spin. That's the only thing that's dangerous.
You're spinning yourself out of the play,
away from the quarterback. Perfect. That's how you want to have it. He's got him completely under control. Now, let's look at the rest of these.
Something went wrong on the other side, though.
Something went very wrong. Overset, but he can do that because he has center help. There's a slide. Because he's part of the slide. You can overset this a little bit, and sometimes, depending on who it is, you'll do it on purpose.
Right. Yep.
Overset him to get him to bite that bait and to go inside a little bit. And then you just throw him in there to the center, and the center just chucks him on the ground because now he's off balance. But you don't want to get too involved with that without keeping your eyes out here to this DN because you never know what he's going to do.
Right.
But
usually he's a better
and that's why
than that guy.
And that's exactly why.
And 70's like, what the fuck, man? You're supposed
to where's my fucking help? That's what.
That's a bad feeling.
Exactly.
That's a bad feeling because you're here double teaming this fucker that can't even rush the passer barely. You know, some fat guy.
This is why you always keep this arm free in the slide. You never engage this arm with an inside defender because it has to be free to stop this.
Yep.
He is getting fucked. But you know who's going to get the -2? He's going to get a minus on this play.
Yep.
Because you're supposed to save him from that.
Yeah, you know what? And he would never make that inside move if he didn't get his left hand involved.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever thought about it, inside move. But as soon as
it's crazy. It's crazy because if they see you looking that way, they're not coming. They're not going in there.
Yeah. If I do it right, this guy stays outside all day. He just runs himself out of the play.
Yep. Like if he right now, because you know your center's coming here. I mean, you have to know this. You as a guard, you know your center's got your inside, and you know it's third down. And I'm going to tell my center, hey, you got to come. You got to bring your block this way. Bring your slide, because I'm going to keep my eyes out here. Your eyes can block him. Just looking at him, he won't come out. He won't bring a rush move to the inside because he sees you
really
looking.
Not trying to come inside.
They don't want to come in there. The DNs do not want any. They don't want no smoke up in here because they know what's coming. All shoulder pad right through their shit.
Yes, they want to play basketball with the tackle.
He's ready to dance with this dude now. The problem I would say here for the tackle is hit this motherfucker right now. Hit him right now. His hands are down. Yeah. Hit him. Hit him, because if you don't hit him, you're going to let him do this. Whoop.
Ooh.
And now you looking crazy. And they're going to show the replay because your quarterback almost got sacked. They're going to show the replay. He damn near threw a pick. He should have threw a pick.
Golly.
Somehow you got a fucking positive out of that. That don't happen much.
They're like, man, I don't know about you.
Run play here. Got a run play here. It looks like, 2 yards, 3 yards on the run. Not efficient, but you'll take it. All right.
I don't love 5 down runs.
But 5 down, or is this 5 down?
I'm sorry, empty or not empty, but no.
Yeah, shotgun, like shotgun zone.
Yeah, just 10 personnel.
10 personnel with no
runs.
tight ends.
Like,
you don't run the ball without tight ends.
How you want them to be able to edge?
You need a body for the edge. And the thing is that in this run, if you're running the zone here, this right guard has got to get him cut out. The center is going to be working to help on his way up to 5. He's got to get a reach. This is probably the hardest block in the run game in football. The reaching the 3 technique.
Yep.
Reaching the 3 is so difficult. But if you're good, you find ways to do it. But the problem is that he has to slow play this defensive end for this linebacker. So you want to try to hold him up, because if he shoots down the backside of the play, he's gonna make the play. Maybe for a loss.
Yeah, he can catch that guy in the backfield for sure.
He doesn't slow play him because he's a fucking idiot. And what happens?
Where is 74 even go? See, he didn't even do that.
Like he didn't even really have an assignment there. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm telling him, look, we are not worried about safeties in the run game. Safeties are for the running backs.
Exactly.
This is a backer, that's a backer, and this is a backer. This is actually your guy. That's who you're assigned to get.
Yeah, so the center's working to 5.
You want to play this guy here at the line the entire time. Keep him from getting over the top of this. Because look what happens.
Yeah, I would take 2 steps straight up the field, and he will come to you.
Yeah. Now look, this guy here, this guard, you know what I'm thinking? Because the center's already gone. So what I'm thinking here is, because he's running, I'm going to just shoot. I'm going to try and toss his ass that way. Toss him that way, make him go further than he wants to go. Because I know if I'm the backside of a zone, I am the cutback lane. always. So if he is overcommitting to this A gap, then I'm gonna just shoot him, push him into that A gap, so that my running back can just take this lane right here. Now, if this guy is smart, you would have pivoted back and stuffed this guy so that it is one-on-one
with the guy that
with the running back.
Isn't,
because that's what it was going to be.
Strong tackler. Yeah. I'd much rather be with 33 than 98.
Yes. He's not breaking 98's tackle. He is going to break 33's tackle, though. So that's where football IQ is important, because you have to prioritize. And sometimes, hey, I don't know, the coach may have coached it a different way, or may have told him, hey, your presence will keep him from shooting that. Well, he's a Pro Bowl defensive end. He's going to shoot that.
Yeah.
So I would take my chances in keeping you on the line on the defensive end and let the running back handle a guy who's about his weight. You already have a lineman here up on 5. He's not doing a very good job, but he's on him. This is just really, in general, this is just all below average blocking in the running game. All of them. It's all below average. Look, I mean, he's got the edge set. They've got the play boxed in. But by design and even by execution, as average as they were, they should have had a much bigger play here. This should have been like a 6 to 8 yard gain.
Yeah.
Just by blocking him, just by staying on him. Even if he makes a tackle down here, running back, tracing back on it.
Which we can very easily live
with that. Yeah, it's not a problem. He gets paid too.
But I bet
just very
over time, he's not going to make that tackle each time.
Yeah, he's not. I would bet that he can't do that 12 times in a game.
But I bet 98 can.
Yeah.
So I'd rather block 98 than 33 there.
Yeah.
Let's
take. Oh, they got somebody for the whole.
Got a lot of flags.
Yeah. Okay, so this is outside zone here. Now, this is actually good. That's where you want your helmet to be. His helmet's in the right spot. His hands inside of Yannick's. He's got his elbow underneath. He's got his arm underneath and inside Yannick's. Now right now, what he should be trying to do is press him out and run him up the field. Now, if Yannick tries to play like this right here, I mean, look, he's long arming. Basically, he's trying to stuff you right here to hold up the line. You take this arm off and you karate chop the shit out of his arm and pull him down, and he'll just go straight to the ground. And then you got a lane right there. Now, front side here, this is terrible. You never look at where the running back shoulders are pointed. This is outside zone. Everybody on this offensive line shoulders should be on the same angle as his. That's outside zone run blocking fundamentals. This isn't too. You're too open. You came off the ball. You blocked too flat off the line, so your angle was not there, and the guard, you're too hung up on this. You stay on your angle. Use your inside arm to turn his shoulder on your way up to this linebacker. Because you've turned your shoulder and you're using that left arm again, he's gone.
Never get
he has
that
a
guy.
free run. You'll never get to this guy. You don't have a chance in hell. Yeah.
Oh man, he just got lucky. He got lost in the wash.
Because he's dumb. He's too dumb to get lost, and he gets himself lost in the fracas. But this is, oh my gosh, that's so bad.
Wow, he should be making this play
so
a yard in the backfield right here.
There's no leg drive here, even though he's in perfect position. He doesn't have the awareness to adjust what he's doing because of what this DN's doing. Flip your hips on him and push him into 5. And your running back will read that and go around it. I mean, there's so many things right here that you can do because you have him exactly where you want him. He is in trouble. He has to now read this. He has to be able to read this. And if the ball doesn't come in, it doesn't rush inside, he has no chance because you've already got him reached. The center is and let me go back a little bit here, but the center, I just can't understand. Damn, so blocking is really this bad? I'm gonna show y'all some plays from the good old days after this. Because this is bad. Okay, so he's too flat. You're too flat. This is good right here. You got to get underneath. Sometimes you cut this cat, you run over here and cut him, or you just, what I would do is I'd rip this arm under and grab his inside arm and then just sit down on it so that he would not be able to move. He would just be stuck right there. This right here, I mean,
he's got to go.
There's nothing you can do about that. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
Don't eat. That's the problem with both of these guys here. You're getting the outside, the arm that shouldn't be involved in it. You're turning your shoulders with it, and that makes you a loser as an offensive lineman in the run game.
He's already
not going to win.
He's got a positive alignment on you just by alignment. Like he's already lined up in front of you. He is faster than you.
He's a better athlete than you.
So why would you do anything back there? You need to be gone to where he's going to be.
Stone. Yes, you can't worry about where he's going.
If someone goes behind you, they're not making the play.
They're not going to make the play if they go behind you. Now, if I'm the guard here, I have my right arm, left guard, I have my right arm, and I would be shielding him off as I'm sprinting to 33 to get 5. I'm sprinting to 33 to get to 5. Because that's the only way I have a chance is if I take an angle straight towards 33 on a flat line to 33 to catch him and make him try to make him bubble over the top of my block so that it gives the running back more options to run with. But here, this is just terrible blocking. Oh my God. No wonder they got called for. They threw the flag because the blocking just looked terrible. Man, this blocking is
bad blocking.
That's got to be a penalty, right?
This is so bad, I got to throw something.
And no completion. All right, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is a play action. So he actually steps with his inside footwork to show run, and that's pretty good right there. Because now you got him locked down. He committed. Never mind. Come on, stay with him. There you go. Good job.
Ooh.
Just coming back to it. So center and guard here working together. He actually blocks down on him to give him a bit of a run fake, a run sell. What we would do is I would actually, this is game plan. I would simulate that double team and bring that.
They want that right guard looking at 98, because otherwise, I agree with you. He should be still on the run more. But
just a little bit more. But they probably told him, no, fuck that. He is too big of a threat to not be ready to help him. Yeah. So yes, because I mean that's pretty good.
That's a good job here, but
it's a good job. But he's also, the problem with this is when you punch guys, you want your inside foot to be hitting the ground as you punch. That way, it keeps your kick going. When he's punching right here, that right leg is on the ground planted. He has to stop. He can't kick. He has to gather his feet. He has to step on himself to gather his feet again. Actually, he kept the slide going.
Okay, damn.
Shit, because I did not see that happening. And I think that has to do with the fact that he made good contact with that arm. That's what
good punch.
He's making contact, and that's what he's doing it right. His foot's in the ground, pushing off as he's making contact. It kept his slide going. Now and that's good. No, I won't even complain about him crossing, because that's actually, you got this motherfucker locked out at arm's length the whole time.
When a guy like that,
you can win.
Whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when you're playing against these all pros, I mean, if you get their ass and your technique ain't shit, coach ain't gonna care. Hey, you got him. You got him. Shit, that was a really good. That's both of them. He got a good chip here, but both of them, that's the position you want to be in when you're pass setting the cat. He's good here. He was actually good here. He had so much. He had cloth. He had a lot of cloth on him.
Yeah, so I think the back chipped him out of there too.
Yeah, and the back might have helped a little bit too, but that's why he got his ass hit like that. Bitch, don't touch me. I used to tell the running backs all the time, hey, don't lay a finger on me, cuz I don't give a shit if you chipping or not. Don't touch me. Because if you touch me, I think a game is being passed.
Yeah. I don't know who it is,
and I'm going to let that guy go. All right, let's take a look here.
Split look. Okay, everyone's. Oh,
What the hell happened with what's 98 doing over here? Crosby doing? He get chipped? He must have. Yep. They got him way out wide.
Okay. Damn.
I mean, this all looks like fine pass protection. I mean,
yeah, nothing to see here.
He gets. I mean, that's good, but you give up the hit late. That's the only thing that's a problem. You can't get that hit up.
I think he can.
Get that hit
Can
up.
we see it one more time?
Yeah.
Does Herbert?
He tried to jump. He tried to do some kind of jump. Let's see here.
Huh. I mean, Herbert drifted a little bit because he started off on the hash and he ends up like about a yard and a half outside of it. But
yeah, he did kind of drift to that. I'm blaming that on him if I'm the tackle. Motherfucker came coming.
Hey, man.
He drifted to me.
I can't block him everywhere.
You know what I mean?
Ooh. It's already hard enough.
Gosh. Shit. You gonna let him hit? See that right there? I would have hit somebody over that. Now they had to go silent count on run plays. Hell no.
Okay, yeah. Left guard's got pretty bad awareness here.
Let's see. So, yeah. See, now this is something that I'm sure they saw on film because this is the design run blitz. And this is probably a base run blitz. Now, I would think to myself, I think this is first down because they got the penalty. I would be thinking to myself, looking at this formation, he's pretty loose for a shade. They're usually maybe a smidgen 6 inches over here.
Yeah.
And he's probably maybe a little. I mean, tight. He might be a little tight here.
But he's leaning.
But he's leaning. That's what I would be thinking. I would think maybe because look at this. I mean, everything. I mean, it's easier if I'm in my stance looking at him. I could say, yeah, maybe this guy's leaning, but it just looks like with the alignment of this backer also, this guy he's sitting in the same gap as the defensive tackle. That's not how defenses play. Who's covering the A gap? There's nobody in the A gap. Every defense you will play against as a football player in the NFL, a gap is covered.
Yep.
Except for this gap. So this gap, somebody's got to come into this gap.
Because 71 has his head down, so he can't see what's going on.
Exactly. He don't know what's coming.
So he's just waking up like, oh fuck.
Bullets and then he didn't get to see that movement. He didn't get to see. He's just barely seeing this. He hadn't even processed that yet.
See, once he sees that, yeah, that's a
now
dead
he
giveaway.
Should know. Once he sees this, I should know. Keep this inside arm up and just pick this guy up on the angle. Do not turn to follow him, or this guy is going to be fucked. Whoever gets the ball, because there's nobody here. This is literally that's your guy. This is callbacker right here. This is callbacker. This is the callbacker.
You two got them two.
Yep. 2-on-2. 1-1-1. I mean, he did it, but he didn't do it. I mean, he got it done. That's all I can say about that. But really, if you're thinking about it, if he gets this done cleaner, if these two have a cleaner block here, he even took the wrong step. He stepped the wrong way. He stepped to his right first.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What are they trying to do here?
God damn. Hold on now.
Somebody running the wrong play?
No, he didn't take the wrong first step. He just didn't
took
fucking
a little
run the
baby
angle.
step, and then he took
a baby and he's sitting down in the hole instead of running off the ball.
Work back to 96. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
you gotta get over here.
You gotta get over here. This is zone.
Like, there's not a fullback. You two had to block 5 somehow.
Oh my goodness.
Take it back. He might not be that good.
They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. All right, let's see what happens on this play. God damn, they're lucky they got good quarterbacks. Look, they're all edged. He's just, I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that was the double guy.
And they still make a big, I mean, come on, man. This don't make no sense. Oh,
Hey, get
oh,
that hand a little tighter.
That's terrible. He literally just, I mean, this is the equivalent of being punched in your shit. Both your hands landed on the outside of his shoulders with his elbows in, with his punch. Because you know the thing is, the defensive line is trying to do the exact same thing to the offensive line that the offensive line's trying to do to the defensive line. Look at what they're all doing. Yep. Shooting their hands for the chest, shooting inside. He's got this guy's arms outside. He is going to win the rush. He's shot his hands on this guy. It has more control. His arms are under his. He's got his arms under with his palms up, like he's asking for a cookie. You know what I mean? He's the forklift. He's doing the fucking forklift. He's doing the forklift. And the forklift will lose. Because now look. Jeez. Oh, he chopped his arm down. That's why you seen him collapse like that. He chopped his arm. Oh, shit.
Gosh, they're both in trouble.
I mean, only this guy just isn't any good. That's why he can't get there. But
yeah, I mean that's not a rusher. But
yeah, he's not. That's not his forte.
In his defense, all these guys are better than 62 last week.
Monday. Yes, 62 is an embarrassment. Now, you know, I'm going to go back here because that's it for. That's all we're going to look at for San Diego. But I want to go back here. I want to show y'all what some real shit looked like. Yeah, I was doing a little digging in the archives. You know what I mean?
Damn, it hurts when you got to scroll that far. You know, like
hey man, I did it quick. You see that?
When I'm getting on the airplane, I got to scroll down 1983. Like, damn, I'm old as fuck.
You know what I mean? I said, oh shit. I'm where is this? Because which game was I looking at? I think it's against the Colts, if I remember correct. Yeah, here we go. Man, let me show y'all good folks out there what I mean when I'm talking about hitting these cats when you pass setting. Now, I'm going to have to hit the audio on this because I don't want no copyright.
No smoke.
Don't want no smoke with CBS. I don't even know which play it was, but I'm just going to scroll through it until I find it. Fine, there's a couple of them more. Bro, you're going to see me just dirty folks and cats. Come on now. Wait on this thing to load up.
All right, so it wasn't just my computer tonight, folks.
Shut up! What's going on there? Holy shit! Come on. Okay, they don't want us. Y'all don't want me to see. Y'all don't want them to see my glory.
Yeah. We're gonna show you what real offensive line play look like.
We broke down. Sorry.
Whoops.
Look at this shit. They really don't want my greatness to be put on display. Okay, let's do this again. Let me see. This thing is still working, ain't it? Yeah, it's working. Wow, that's how they're gonna do me. I said, let me just show a couple plays here, huh? And they like, nah, we're not even gonna load the website. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Let me try one more time. So disappointing. They really over here trying to screw you, boy.
I mean, the fix has been in all night. I don't know what's going on.
You know? Damn. Their website is just dog shit, I guess, huh? Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay, come on, Express VPN. What the fuck is going on here? This shit is supposed to be fast.
Right, paying for a full gig. Someone's got to.
And I'm paying these motherfuckers fucking $15 a month. Y'all better figure this shit out.
Somebody got some splaining to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. What the fuck is good? It's not even loading shit. I mean, it's the all the way through. I guess the VPN's just because that's what I'm running it on. I'm running on a VPN, so they can't. So I can use the UK NFL Game Pass. Yeah. But I guess it said no. Fuck you. We don't want to see your film. You know, keep the film.
Oh.
And I think if let me see here. Let me try and reconnect the VPN and see if it works. I hope it doesn't like stop the entire fucking stream, but let's see. All right, we're back.
Okay, I was gonna say I think it did. Or you were being perfectly still.
Let's see. I reconnected that thing. Let's see what we get here. Nothing. Sons of bitches.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I mean, it's whatever. Maybe next time we'll take some looks.
Yeah, try to go too far back.
I mean, I was going through a whole bunch of different games yesterday, just seeing if they had any all 22 coaches film from back when we were playing, which at some point they did, and then they did on the American one. Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me.
They tapped your computer.
I thought they was about to shut the boy down. I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh wait, I think it might be working.
Uh-oh. We got action?
No, I don't think we got action. This is weird. It's never done that before. Anyways, that's gonna be it for us. I mean, I wanted to show you guys some of my film, but maybe next time, since VPN just said fuck off, not gonna work anymore. You do what you want. But we do appreciate you guys for being here with us. We will be starting our Casual Friday live streams very soon. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we do start those Friday live streams. So those will be coming. Also, like I talked about before, we're planning on doing Fantasy Football League. I'm thinking about making this setup to where if you join the channel as a member at the $199 a month level, you'll be automatically entered in to the Fantasy Football League. So if you're interested in that, then definitely look in. We'll set up a time when everyone can join in so that we can have a league set up. Obviously, like I said before, we're going to be having David Ricard working with us from CBS Sports. He'll be doing some fantasy football updates for us during the football season, so that's going to be fun. But again, we do appreciate you guys for being here with us on Lineman Life Live. I'm your observant lineman Uche Nwaneri with my co-host here, Justin Blaylock.
Hey, if anybody is like a Geek Squad type guy, I'm a head boy.
We're gonna need you to stay on duty for us. We're gonna need you on call. We can get things figured out. But we definitely appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button on the channel so we can get this stream bumped up on the algorithm. We will see you guys next week. I can't wait to show you guys my film. So Monday, look forward to it because I'm going to show it. Somehow, some way, we're going to make it work.
I don't give a fuck if I got a reel-to-reel or a VHS going on behind me.
I'm going to put it on the VHS, on the Betamax. I don't give a damn. We're going to see it. Guaranteed. But all right, everybody, y'all have a good one. We'll catch y'all on the next live stream. Peace out.
Peace.